Everyone, I am actually going to film 3 videos today, all in the same getup. I don't have it in me to like change everything. We've had a rough couple of weeks. Like, I don't want to rant or anything, but it's just been rough. Johnny was at a conference downtown all last week, so he basically like left right when Olivia went to school and then came home like after dinner time because he's going downtown. It's in Austin. It was like a full day event, so it's not like he could leave like his normal time when he would go to the office. And so it was a really rough week. And then the next couple of days, he's out of town just visiting his parents and Nana. It's just, I'm flying solo, and so I'm just gonna film 3 videos. You'll see me in the same outfit in the near future here. Probably some of them are already gonna be posted by the time I get this video up. But we are talking Cloudlet today. He actually is kind of roaming in and out. You might have seen his head pop up because I could tell like in editing his head's like just barely at the bottom of the video. But he is turning 5 months on Saturday, and I'm shocked that we have had him as long as we have. It feels like it's been super fast, but also some of the puppy stages were not super fast. So we are going to talk about all the things Cloudlet. He'll be in and out, and I hear him coming now. You want to say hi? Yeah, he's right here. So if I'm reaching back or something, it's because I'm petting him. He's down there somewhere. So really the summary of all of it is he's just been such a great addition to our family. Of course he had his puppy antics, but for the most part now he's just like super sweet. I've really gotten a sense of what his personality is like, and he's pretty chill for the most part. He is pretty stubborn sometimes, especially about like tricks and training. He definitely is food motivated for treats and stuff. Basically he's like the most loyal puppy that you could imagine. He follows me around the house. If I am doing some editing, I'll sit on the couch and I'll have to get up and get like a different pen or a drink or go to the bathroom, you know, all the things, like getting up very regularly. Every single time I get up, without fail, he gets up with me, follows me wherever I'm going, and then when I sit back down, he will curl up, and he wants to be touching my feet a lot of times, so he'll like lay his head on my feet. I've got tons and tons of pictures of him being just super cute. You have something to say, huh? He's always right there with me. He does talk, like he was just talking to me. He's gonna sit here and talk because he hears me talking. He's just super loyal and he listens pretty well. Like if I get on to him for doing something, he won't typically do it again, which is really good. He's gotten out of all of the puppy nipping part of this whole thing, and that was a really tough thing with Stella because Stella wears like big poofy dresses with frilly skirts and lots of little like lacy things, and he was all about that life, like trying to nip at it. He would sometimes like hang on as she's like trying to leave, and of course she's a little toddler, she's running around, so all the floofy stuff is like bouncing and it's really tempting for him. But luckily he is, I think, completely done with teething. He's getting his bigger teeth now, but I think all the little ones have fallen off at this point. That was fun because we found a few of them. I've got 3 of his little teeth, which is so silly. I know our other dogs in the past teethed, but I never really like took note of it or noticed very much. And with this one, it's like, oh, he lost another one. I'm like checking his mouth every day and seeing which ones he's lost. We ended up finding a few of them, and it was just really nice to like be able to watch that process. And one of the things, like one of my like big recurring nightmare things is my teeth falling out. Like this is my dream sequence. I'll be like in everyday life, it feels real, and suddenly like I'll feel something in my mouth and I will pull out a tooth, and it's an adult tooth. Like I'm dreaming that I'm losing all of my adult teeth, and like just one by one I'm like pulling them out, and that's my dream. And I wake up thinking it's real, and I was like, oh, my teeth are still here. Like that's my recurring nightmare. So I don't like pulling the kids' teeth. I mean, Olivia's the only one who's lost teeth, but Johnny's really in charge of like the teeth pulling thing and all of that like mouth stuff. I'm fine with like brushing and flossing, helping the kids do that, but I don't like teeth falling out in general. And one day I was the only one home with him, and he starts like just like licking, chewing, and I was like, what's going on? I check his mouth, I don't see any food or anything, and he's still like chomping, being weird like lick chomping noises. And so I go and check him, and one of his back molars is coming out, but it's like sideways and he can't get it out all the way. So it's like when he's chomping down, it's hitting the teeth on top. And so it's really uncomfortable for him. I could see it's like bleeding. And so I had to pull out one of his molars because I was the only one home. And I'm like, ooh, it gives me the heebie-jeebies doing it. But you could tell he was in pain. He was making noise and it was bothering him. And once I pulled it, he was fine. And he's like coming up, giving me licks, like totally fine. But I had to do it because it was hitting that other tooth. And it was just weird, like having to pull a dog's tooth. I never even noticed the other dog's teething in the past. But with him, I end up having to pull one of his teeth, which is surprising. But now all of his teeth coming in are his big boy teeth, and they fit his mouth a whole lot better. And also, they're not sharp like those puppy shark teeth. So even when he does like put his mouth on us and stuff, it's not even the same as before, where it's like he could rip skin before with those teeny tiny sharp teeth. These ones are just normal. So like he'll put his mouth on us when he's playing and stuff. He won't bite down or anything, but even then it's like it barely feels like anything now because they're just like more blunted teeth, and he's not applying pressure or anything. He knows to be gentle with us now. He's just laying at my feet, by the way, like sniffing the ground, looking for crumbs and things. I feel like for the most part, he gets like what we want and don't want. And there was this point in time where I realized he was really, really loyal to me. And it's when he like will sit there and be like, did I do good, mommy? And like have this look on his face like he wants my approval and he's seeking my approval. And at first, like, you know, the first few weeks and stuff, he's like, I don't GAF what you want or what you're thinking. I'm not listening to you at all. And now like he knows his name. He comes some of the time when we want him to come. He just listens really well. He does his tricks really well. And he's now fully, I feel like, assimilated into the family where he listens, he plays. The girls love him. He loves the girls. They play all the time, just all the time. And he's just a really sweet dog. He did end up getting groomed for his first time. And it was just a simple puppy groom, but I don't want him to be cut. You get something on your nose? I don't want him to be cut very short in general because I really like his long hair, but in the summertime, we'll probably give him a shorter cut. He does have a double coat, so he's not supposed to overheat. It helps manage heat, but I also just know we're gonna be outside playing water and stuff, which is another thing he loves. He's playing with me right now. I still want him to be really floofy and poofy, and it is something where you have to brush him like every day or every other day to keep mats away because he is the kind of dog that will mat. So he doesn't do the greatest with brushing. That's the only thing. Like he wants to play with the brush. So the whole time you're brushing him, he's like nipping at the brush, like wanting to play with you. And I'm like, okay, why can't you just like chillax for a second, chew on a toy? I try to give him toys, but he wants to chew on the brush. So what Johnny does when he does the brushing is he'll hand him one brush, let him chew on it, and he'll be brushing him with the other brush. And that seems to calm him down for that, but he gets super hyped up, wants to play when he gets brushed. That's something we're still kind of working through because I'm like, I want you just to sit still, not be nipping at what I'm doing, just be normal. Just be normal, settle down, and like enjoy the brushing, not play over the brushing. We did end up finishing the puppy training, but I feel like he's still definitely learning, and especially leash training. He is okay on the leash only if he has his training collar on, and he does not do well. He wears a regular collar all the time, and if you put the leash to it, he'll just pull. Like he knows the difference between the two collars. Of course, one of them is like really uncomfortable for him if he pulls. I'll link to it down below. It's the one the trainer recommended, and it's great. He listens really well on it. He hardly ever tugs on it at all because it does poke him. It's not sharp and it's not gonna hurt him, but it definitely applies pressure onto his neck area and it stops him. It stops him from doing the puppy pulling, and he is now 50 pounds, so it's really important that he doesn't pull on my arm or pull on the kids' arms. He's really, really good with that collar. But if I hook his leash to just his regular, like, you know, nylon collar, he pulls and he knows the difference. So I definitely have to stick that training collar on him every time. It's kind of a pain to get on and off because you have to squeeze the little prong thing and line it up. It's not one that has like a really good easy clasp on and off like a regular collar. You have to like link up the links to get it on, and it's kind of a pain, and he's really furry, so I'm like wrapping it around his neck trying to make sure I'm not getting any hair in it, and it's just a pain to put it on and off, and it's not something I want to leave on him all the time because it is kind of heavy and clunky. And so that's something we're working through, is like making sure we're giving him dedicated walk training times, and hopefully he'll get to the point where he doesn't need the training collar. He'll just listen on the regular collar, but I don't know. He's just gonna be so big that I'll probably still use the training collar on him when he's out in the open, like out around people and stuff, because I don't want it to be a situation where he pulls me over. He's already 50 pounds, and lately he's been gaining 2 to 3 pounds a week. So he's probably more than 50 pounds actually at the 5-month mark, but he's just big. You know, he's 50 pounds already. He's gonna be a big boy. I put his weight in this doodle estimator weight thing, and it always says he's gonna be around 100 pounds, which I don't believe. I think he's probably gonna end up like 70 to 80 pounds, and the vet seems to think he'll be about 70 to 80 pounds, but yeah, he's big. He's gonna be big. He's gonna be probably our biggest dog we've ever had. We went into the puppy training knowing he was gonna be a really big dog, and I just wanted him to be well behaved because he's already outweighing one girl, and he's really close to outweighing Olivia too. We just need him to be well behaved. And speaking of behavior, he is getting the snip snip. He's getting neutered in a couple of weeks. We are doing it around his 6-month birthday. That's just what our vet recommended. I know a lot of people wait a little bit longer. She was telling me about the science and the literature, and I don't see much benefit in waiting. It just gives us more chance of him having more aggressive boy behaviors. And so far he has not done anything aggressive. He's not aggressive at all. He's a big softie, like big giant teddy bear, which I love. I love his personality, but I don't want any of the raging hormones to start making him into anything else. You know, dogs that are intact can sometimes be really aggressive. They can mark their territory. They can do some humping. He does do some humping, but I don't mind like his level of humping. He's not humping everything. He's just humping certain stuffed animals, which is kind of weird, but he really doesn't do a whole lot of that, and he's definitely not aggressive at all. He's just the sweetest, softest puppy, and he's just like a big giant teddy bear. He loves snuggles. He loves touching humans. He loves following people around, and he also is super chill, which I think I had mentioned before, but it's like chill to the point of he's outside in the yard, I'm calling him in, he'll look at me and slowly walk inside, like the super slowest thing. And I was like, dude, I don't want to watch you walk in for 2 minutes. He's like way across the yard, walking in super slow all the way to the door. And it's like, do you not have any hustle in you? Like, let's move it a little bit faster so that we can get you inside. And even when I say T-R-E-A-T, which he's right here, so I'm not going to say it out loud because he knows the word, he still a lot of the times will not hustle at all. He'll just like mosey on in. And I have a clip of him playing fetch. Don't get me wrong, he totally does the zoomies. He totally has lots of energy. He'll be like zooming around the house and playing fetch like crazy and running back and forth with the girls. They chase him, he chases them, like all the time, just running and stuff. But for the most part, like his everyday level is just super chill and moseying around. And I have video clips of him playing fetch. He'll bring me the toy, I'll throw it. He'll walk, go get it, walk back, bring it to me, want me to throw it again, but have no speed whatsoever. Just like moseying, get the toy, moseying, bring it back. And it's just crazy how calm he is. We had huskies and they're pretty high energy, and he has his high energy moments too. He'll zoom and he'll play fetch, go just like pounce on it and run as fast as he can. But a lot of the times he's just this like really laid back puppy. And I love that. I think he fits in our family really, really well. He has the bursts of energy and he'll play with any of the 4 of us. And then he'll just kind of follow us around and lay around and be kind of a big dopey, fluffy dog. And I just love his personality, and I'm just really happy that we got him. There's 2 other things on my list. He is fully potty trained. I don't have any worry about him having accidents in the house now. He goes up and down the stairs now really well. He goes up for bedtimes with us. He helps me wake up the girls in the morning sometimes. He's just really good. He just will get into the stuffed animal pile. I have a picture of him like climbing into the stuffed animal pile, and he will chew on the stuffed animals. He hasn't ripped anything yet, but I don't want him up there unattended, so I do have the gate up still. He can be up there with supervision. And I ended up taking Olivia to a dance competition. Johnny was home with Stella and the puppy, and he said they played upstairs for like hours, just Stella and him playing upstairs. Stella would like cook him food, and he's just kind of like sitting there. That's pretty much what he'll do. He just kind of sits there, wants to be wherever you are, and he just had fun up there. And Stella had so much fun with him playing up there, so we've done that a lot. It's just go up there and play. Stella's like playing Legos, and he's kind of sitting with me, laying on my leg or something, and just enjoying being right with us. That's the thing. He does not like being separated from us. And when we leave the house, sometimes I'll leave him out for just like short bits. If we're going to be gone any amount of time, if it's not just like a go pick somebody up and come back, like a 15-minute process, if we're gone for any amount of time, that's him making noise. If we're gone for any amount of time, I stick him in the crate. I gave him a bully stick just to try to keep him occupied because he hears me talking. He's like, what are you doing? He just kind of sits there and grunts at me. Going back with that, like potty training, totally potty trained. That's the kind of thing he'll do at me when he wants anything. So if he wants ice, which is another one of his favorite things, if he wants ice, if he needs to go potty, if he wants my attention, he'll just kind of sit right in front of me and make that kind of noise that he is making. It's like a grunty type of whimper noise. And it's usually a potty. He's not very demanding for things, but when it's a potty, it's like more high pitched and like kind of wiggles his paws like, I need to go out right now, and then I'll stick him out. So he's really, really good about telling us when he needs to go. And also he will just sit by the fridge. He loves ice. We have a freezer on the bottom fridge. We ended up having to get a new fridge a while back, and we got a bespoke fridge. It's a Samsung, which I know people have problems with Samsung, but this one doesn't have the ice maker in the door or in the actual fridge compartment. It's in the bottom, so it's a bottom freezer. It's got ice in the bottom, and we get these little like rectangular ices, and then we get square ice. So there's two different sizes, and you just pull out this tray to get your ice. Well, he knows that the ice is in there, so every time I'm at the fridge like getting something out of the freezer, he's right there ready for some ice. I give him like 4 or 5 pieces of ice and set it on the ground, and he'll just eat the ice right there. So when he wants ice, he will go sit by the freezer, just like sit right by the fridge and make that noise that he was just making. He's like, I need ice. Somebody give me ice. He'll like stare me down across the room and just sit there at the freezer until I come give him ice. So that's his one thing he's like really demanding about. He wants his ice. And anytime I'm in the kitchen, especially like first thing in the morning, I'm packing girls' lunches, he will go and sit by the fridge until I give him ice, because he knows I'm going in there to get like ice packs out and stuff, and he wants his ice. So that's like one of his morning routine things. He's just such a sweet boy. I just call him my sweet boy, and I give him lots of hugs and snuggles, and he's always like laying on me. I do like that he got groomed, and he'll go back and get groomed again soon, and he just got like the hygiene trimmed his nails. He did really good. They said he was super good. He loves water, and that was something I meant to mention earlier. He loves the sprinkler. He loves when it rains, and it's so annoying. He wants to go outside the whole time it's raining, and here we have like really big thunderstorms with torrential downpours. He wants to go outside just so he can like play in the water or drink the water, and we don't have back gutters yet, and so the water just like falls off right near our patio where the stairs are, and you have to like walk through this sheet of water to get out when it's pouring down. He just stands there and bites at the water. It's crazy. He tries to get in the showers with us because he wants the water, and he loves bath time. When the girls are in the bath, he like puts his paws up like he's gonna jump in the bath with them, and it's just the weirdest thing. None of our dogs have ever loved water. He absolutely loves it, loves the sprinkler, loves sprinkler time. He loves when Stella plays water table, and he'll like be messing with the buckets and different cups of water. He'll drink out of the actual water table. So now we have to make sure all of it's really clean since he drinks out of it, but it's insane how much he likes water. So we play sprinkler time with the girls. You know, it's Texas, it's super hot, and he's in there like right in with them. He just looks like a big wet rat when he's wet. He has, you know, really thick hair. So like on every side of his body, he's got like 2 inches of hair. And when he's all wet, all the poof goes away, and he looks so funny. So I definitely don't want him trimmed super close. I want him to stay this big doofy, fluffy puppy, except maybe a few times. I want to do a lion cut on him one time. It'll be super funny. I don't want to trim him to make him look silly, because he's gonna look really silly all the way short. Last thing, I have one more story time with him. We did have him kenneled off with one of those metal gates, but he was sleeping weird one day. I left him in there, took a shower, came back. He was still sleeping, so I'm like walking into the kitchen, and he screams bloody murder. Like screams. He sounds like he's in pain. I run over, and he's got his leg stuck in one of the bars, so it just like bent where his ankle, like if this is his foot and ankle, and this is the rest of his leg leading to his body, he was stuck, pinned between the bars. Like his foot was actually stuck. He could not get out. He was peeing everywhere because he was so scared and terrified. And I don't think he actually got hurt because he wasn't limping or anything, but I had to get his leg all the way out of the thing, and I put it away that day. I was like, we are so lucky it happened when somebody was in the house, because we had, you know, kept him in there when we were leaving for longer times instead of his crate. We'd put him in that. And I'm so glad it happened when somebody was there, because I think he probably would have hurt himself if he was just pulling on it and screaming. And it was scary. Like we were hyped up the rest of the day just because of the stress of the situation. Hearing him be like that, I cried a bunch, like just worrying about him. And he peed everywhere, like everywhere. I had to mop pretty much the entire floor. I had to give him a bath. It was really bad. Like he just let all of his bladder out when he was scared. And I'm glad he didn't let his glands out, because I know that's something that dogs do too, but it was just pee. But I had to clean everything, clean him. I'm just so glad somebody was there when it happened, and I put the gate away. He hasn't had that gate out ever since. Just kenneled off. It's something we totally got rid of. Now we do have a bed for him. It's a Kuranda bed, and I hope I said that right. Kuranda, something like that. And it's one of those elevated dog beds. It's a really nice, like top-notch brand of them. I'll link to them down below. They're beautiful beds. They're hella expensive. Just keep that in mind. It's got a lifetime warranty on some of it. They really stand behind their work, and it's just really nice bed. He loves it, and we're doing it with his place command. So we're trying to train him eventually to, if I say place, he goes to his bed and he stays until I let him off the bed. That's the hope. So we're working on that, and he does really good. He'll stay on the bed, and I can like walk around. I leave the room, I come back, he's still on the bed until I let him out. And that's something that's going to be really important. Like if we have people coming over, or if he's like getting into something, or if we don't want him around the dinner table, that's what you do. You put him in the place command. You just say place, he's supposed to go to his place. And that's the thing, like sometimes getting him there, he's super stubborn. Like I have to have a treat ready sometimes to even get him to go place, but overall he'll do it, and then he'll stay put. He's learning really, really good about staying put. A lot of times before he would like get out whenever he felt like it, and now he's really, you know, food motivated, really loyal to us. Especially I feel like he listens really good to me, so he'll stay in place for a while, like a couple minutes, and then I'll release him out of it, and he does really good. That's something we learned from the trainer, and we've been continuing to work on that as well. So I did mention the training collar. He loves bully sticks. I'll link to some of those. We have been using Chewy for his food delivery, which has been great. And also we get BarkBox now, and he loves it. He loves those toys. They're all different squeaky type of toys with crinkles. They build up lots of puppy excitement. He plays with those all the time, and I definitely recommend it. I've got a coupon code for them. I may have something for Chewy as well. He's back in here. Did you finish your treat? And he still sleeps in his crate. He's fully night trained. He doesn't actually make noise at all at night, except like shuffling around a little bit. But in the morning, when it's like time to wake up, if he's not ready to wake up, he's still laying there. He looks up at me, he's like, hey, how's it going? And I'm like, oh, okay, it's time to go outside and do things. So I'll open his crate, and by the time I'm like unlatched both things on the crate, he'll have like sat up. It's like, again, like moseys out super slow. He's just that kind of personality where he has no like speedy mode unless he's zooming and playing. That's it. But yeah, that really covers everything with Cloudlet. I absolutely love having a puppy again. He's a lot of work because he's just a puppy, and he drools a lot. He's so hairy. He gets water in his beard thing. And that's one thing I do want them to trim, is like trim his beard as small as possible. And that way he won't drip water so much, because he like drips water everywhere when he drinks water. It's just a mess. He's been great. He's right next to the camera now. And that's it for this video. So give me a thumbs up, subscribe. I've got his Cloudlet playlist down below if you want to check out his other updates. I will insert some pictures and videos and stuff into the end of this video so you can get a look at him. And also I post him to Instagram, so check my Instagram out and you'll see him. Have a great day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye. Good boy. Good boy. Oh, he can do it himself. Oh, zooming. He doesn't have hands, baby.
He's just eating.
Still trying to get my attention.